Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
children, about a very important topic today for class 10, that is acids, bases and salts. And as you all know that we come across these two words, especially acids and bases, in our day-to-day life. Now it is very important for all of us students to know that which substances are acids and which substances are bases. So let us start with a very simple example of acid. You must be evident about a fruit called as lemon. Now, when you take the lemon juice in your mouth, then it is sour in taste. Similarly, when you take oranges, they are also sour in taste. Even vinegar. Vinegar is the substance by which you might be preparing, your mother might be preparing chow mein. So they are having a sour taste. So these substances which have a sour taste, these are called as acids. Now, let us take some example of bases. Bases are having either a soapy taste or they are bitter in taste. For example, whenever we are suffering from acidity, we take chemo. So it is having a soapy basic taste. So it is a basic compound. Now, one more important thing is when we talk about the chemical property of an acid, we should know that acids are having the property of giving H plus ions. For example, hydrochloric acid. It is an acid because it can give H plus ions. Similarly, sulfuric acid. The formula of sulfuric acid is H2SO4. It can also give H plus ions. Hence, it is acidic in nature. We can take another example of nitric acid. It is HNO3. It can also give H plus ions. So we come to a conclusion that the substances which can give H plus ions, they are acidic in nature. Similarly, the compounds which give hydroxide ion. Hydroxide ion is represented by OH negative charge. So these compounds are basic in nature. So let us take some example of basic compounds. For example, the toothpaste. We use toothpaste in the morning to brush our teeth. That toothpaste is basic in nature. It is having a soapy taste. So the compounds which contain hydroxide ions such as sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, they are basic in nature. Now, at times, we just think that what is the relevance or use of these compounds. So let us come to know about the use of acids. One very common acid which is present in our body, in our stomach, which is that. Can any student tell me the name of the acid present in the stomach?
Sir, hydrochloric acid.
Very good. The acid which is present in our stomach is hydrochloric acid. What is the formula of that acid?
And sir, hydrochloric acid is protected by mucous membrane.
Yes. What is the formula of hydrochloric acid?
Sir, HCl.
Very good. So this hydrochloric acid, it is present in our stomach, and the students might be knowing that this hydrochloric acid is also important for the process of digestion in our body. It helps in digesting the food. It helps in breaking down the food into smaller particles. But at times, when there is an over secretion of this hydrochloric acid in our stomach, we suffer from a problem which is called as acidity. There is burping, there is excess of deposition of acid in the stomach, there is heartburn feeling also, and the stomach may also be flatulent. That means the swelling may take place in the stomach. Now this is because of the deposition of hydrochloric acid in the body. Now, in order to overcome the ill effect of hydrochloric acid in our body, we need to take certain medicines which are having a basic character and which will nullify the character of acid in the stomach. So, a acid can be made neutralized with the help of a base. So, we take a base, for example, we can take sodium bicarbonate or we can even take kilo. It is also containing sodium bicarbonate. Now, sodium bicarbonate is also called as beta soda. So, what does sodium bicarbonate does when it goes in the body? It is actually called as neutralization reaction. Now, what is a neutralization reaction? The reaction when acids react with bases to form salt and water is called as neutralization reaction. So I will use my paper and pen and I'll show you how does the neutralization reaction takes place. So I'm flipping off the camera right now so that you can see it.
So the definition will be that when acid reacts with bases, they form salt and water.
Yes, yes, I'll write it.
This reaction.
NaCl, this is the salt. HCl, this is acid, and NaOH, this is a base, and H2O, this is water. Now let us see how these compounds are reacting. I take,
The acid plus base.
yes, I take HCl and I react it with
NaOH plus H2O.
the base. Now see what will form. This Na will go with Cl. Can you see? And it is forming NaCl, and plus what is left, this H will combine with the OH and it will form H2. So this is how the complete reaction looks like. HCl plus NaOH gives NaCl plus H2O. So this is an example of a neutralization reaction. When acid reacts with base, they form salt and water. So in our day-to-day life also, these neutralization reactions we are taking in concern with, we are using these. For example, suppose whenever an ant bite takes place. So whenever the ant bite takes place, then also the neutralization reaction is being used. For example, whenever the ant bite takes place, the insect bite, it contains the acid. It contains the acid. And we have to apply a base. So we can apply even toothpaste or we can apply sodium bicarbonate on wherever the ant has bitten us, and it will result in a neutralization reaction. So children, actually excess of acids, it is having a feeling or sensation of pain. If suppose acid is excess amount in the stomach, it will cause heartburn. If ant bite or bee bite, we are suffering from an ant bite or bee bite, then both of the sting contains acidic substances. Can anybody tell me which acid is present in the sting of the ant? Which acid is present in the sting of the ant? You know it? Any child? This acid is called formic. It is called as formic acid. That's why the ants, they are having a scientific name. They are also called as formica. They are also called as formica because they contain formic acid. And you can write down in your notebooks, the formula of formic acid is HCOOH. The formula of formic acid is HCOOH. Have you all written the formula of formic acid? It is HCOOH. Yes, Vishwas, everybody has written.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now coming on next, that how can we identify whether the substance is a acidic substance or the substance is a basic substance? So the first thing I told you that you can taste it, that they are having a sour taste. And the second substance is we can use certain indicators. For example, we can use a litmus paper. If we use a blue litmus paper and if we dip it in the acid, then the blue litmus paper will turn red. So the blue litmus color changing into the red color, it is an indicator that the substance is a acid. Even we are having pH pens. These pH pens tell us, or pH meters, these pH meters exactly tell us whether the substance is acidic or basic. So anybody among the listeners, audience, can you tell me how will you come to know on the pH scale that the substance is acidic or basic? On the pH scale, how
If
will
the
you?
pH,
Sir, if solution is acidic,
Yes.
sir, then the pH is smaller than 7.
Okay, it will be less than 7. And if
Yes,
it
sir.
is,
If it is basic, then pH is greater than 7.
and suppose if the pH is exactly 7, then what?
Sir, if solution is neutral, then pH is equals to 7.
Very good. When the solution is said to be neutral. So we can use it can be indicator solution, it can be litmus papers, and it can be pH meters, it can be pH scales. These particular things are actually used to tell us whether the substance is acidic or basic. Now, one very important reaction that we have discussed right now, it is neutralization reaction, and it is at times asked in the board examination. Many a times this reaction is being asked that what will be the remedy if a person is being stung by an ant or a bee, and which fundamental of chemistry is being used over here. So we have to use over here that this particular reaction is a neutralization reaction. That is, whenever an acid reacts with base, then it forms salt and water. And you can also write down the reaction that I have just discussed with you. For example, HCl plus NaOH gives NaCl plus water. Okay, cutting it short now. Certain topics were given to you for presentation. If anybody is ready, please come up with the presentation.
Yes, sir.
So please introduce yourself and please start with the
Sir,
presentation.
first I have a doubt. Sir, what do you mean by an amphoteric substance?
Amphoteric word means, beta, amp word means dual. The substances which are having dual characteristics. For example, amp word will
Sir,
be,
like behave as an acid and as well as base.
exactly. I use a word, for example, frog. Frog is, it is living in the river also and it is living in land
Land.
also. It's an amphibian. It is a amphibian. So word amp means having dual properties. Similarly, here amphoteric substances are there which are having acidic properties as well as basic properties. So I hope the doubt is clear.
Yes, sir.
Start with the topic now.
Sir, my name is Vishwas Jain, and today's my topic is RNAS concept. So let's start. First, I will start from RNAS concept of acids. Sir, acids are the substance which furnish H plus ions when dissolved in water. So furnish like when H plus ion when dissolved in water. For example, hydrochloric acid dissolves with water. It's give H positive plus Cl negative. Uh, and sir, in this definition, the points to be remembered are that hydrochloric acid furnishes one H positive ion and H2SO4 furnishes two H positive ion per molecule, and the reaction will be formed like H2SO4 when dissolved with water. So 2H positive plus SO4 minus 2. So according to Arrhenius concept, acids are the substance which furnish H plus ion when dissolved in water. Now, Arrhenius concept of bases. Bases are furnished OH negative ions when dissolved in water, like NaOH when dissolved with water. The reaction form will be Na positive plus OH negative. In this reaction, the points to be remembered are that NaOH furnishes one OH ion, while CaOH2, which is calcium hydroxide, furnishes two, two OH negative ions per molecule. Now we come to acids. There are two type of acids, which are organic acids and inorganic acids. Organic acids are also known as natural acid, and they are also called as like weak acid. They are weak in nature. So if the question came define organic acid, there is a simple definition which we can write, that these are acids which are found in nature. And if an inorganic acids, and another name of inorganic acid is mineral acids. In comparison to organic acids, these acids are strong. So the definition for inorganic acids will be, these are the acids which are obtained from minerals. So there are some important organic acids which I will be defining now. The first will be acetic acid, which we you can found like as for example vinegar. Uh, if you don't know what is vinegar, you can ask to your mom that what is the role of vinegar in the kitchen. And now the second acid is ascorbic acid. You can found ascorbic acid in like amla, guava, and also as vitamin C. So there is a question asked previously that which vitamin is found in abundance in amla. So you can get the options that vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D. You can easily correct the option that is vitamin C. As I previously discussed that in ascorbic acid, which was present in amla, guava, and vitamin C. So our next acid is lactic acid, which you can form the reaction like you can see in the curd and the sour milk, also known as lacto. Sir, what is the pronunciation of lactobacillus?
So bacillus only, that's correct.
Lactobacillus, and as sir has told uh, previously that formic acid, which we can found in ant sting and bee sting, and you can also get a question on the ant sting or bee sting, which you get four options like acetic acid, carbonic acid, but like you can correct the option which is formic acid. Our fifth acid is citric acid, which you can get in lemon and orange, by which you feel some irritation if the acid goes in your eyes. And our sixth acid is tartaric acid. Tartaric acid you can found in like golgappas, the water which was used in golgappas. So the sellers are using imli in the water, and the imli is formed by tamarind. Sir, what is the pronunciation of tamarind?
Tamarind.
It's tamarind. Yes. Now the seventh acid is our oxalic acids. Oxalic acids, it's sir. Can I explain this Hindi?
Yeah, you can use Hindi also. They are present in tomatoes, oxalic acids.
Yes sir, spinach. सर पतरी हो जाती है उसको क्या बोलेंगे सर इंग्लिश में?
Calculus in the
Yes
kidney.
sir. When it reacts with calcium, so you can the doctor advise you that you don't eat spinach and tomato vegetables.
Very well presented, Vishwas. You have
Sir,
covered
two acids are left.
Okay, no problem. You have covered one of the topics now, and very well spoken. You have actually, summarized all the things that have been told, and very well collected also along with the examples. You have presented the things. So very nicely presented by you, Vishwas. All these things. Now I'll come on to the next topic, and that is a pH scale. Now the word pH means power of hydrogen. The word pH means power of hydrogen, and this particular pH scale was given by an eminent scientist. His name was Sorensen. And the pH scale starts from 0 and it carries its values till 14. So 0 to 14 is the values of the pH scale. And when we start moving from 0 to 7, we are actually describing the acidic character. Any value which is less than 7 will be regarded as acidic, and any value which is higher than 7 will be regarded as basic. So any value which is higher than 12, 13 or it is nearing to 14, then it will be regarded as highly basic or strong base. And any value which is around 2, 3, 4, it will be regarded as a strong acid. And the values which are nearing to 7, they are actually coming on to the neutral point. Now, it's a very interesting fact that most of the fluids which are present in our body, let it be saliva, let it be blood, they are having a neutral pH. They are somewhere around 6.8 to 7.2. So they are just amidst the neutral pH, whereas the acidic HCl which is present in our stomach, it is responsible for giving the stomach its highly acidic value. The acidic content in the stomach, children, is so high, it can even burn the complete iron navy if it is there in the stomach. Because the acidic content in the stomach is somewhere around 2. It's highly acidic. But similarly, when we go from the stomach to the intestine, the pH changes. In the intestine, the pH is basic pH. So you have to remember that in the stomach, it is acidic pH, and in the intestine, it is basic pH. Now, probably it has been shared with all of you. Can anybody tell me that it is highly acidic in the stomach? Still, the stomach walls, they are being protected. Why it is so? Can anybody among the audience tell me?
So
Sir,
because
it
of
was
the
protect
mucus membrane.
mucous membrane.
Yes, because of the mucous membrane. So we have got one more speaker amongst us. If he is ready, who was another speaker?
So
So
Devang.
Devang,
Okay, Devang, you can start with your topic and be very precise and short. Okay, beta? Carry on.
okay, so my topic name is neutralization reaction.
Okay.
Neutralization reaction is basically a type of chemical reaction which is an acid-based neutralization reaction in which acids reacts with bases to form two products that are salt and water, in which there is a combination of H plus and OH negative ions to form water, which is H2O. We have noticed this reaction in the summer season when milkmen add baking soda, which is also known as sodium bicarbonate, in the milk, which helps in neutralizing the action of lactic acid present in the milk, which decomposes the milk during the summer season. This action of sodium bicarbonate with the lactic acid is totally based upon this reaction, in which sodium bicarbonate works as a base and lactic acid is the acid. We can take the another example is on the acidity. When we suffer from acidity or heartburn condition, we take baking soda or ENO, which is based on neutralization reaction. Acidity takes place in our body due to excess secretion of hydrochloric acid, which is HCl, in our body, and the base, which is sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, neutralizes the acid present in our stomach. And we have also noticed the another example in our day-to-day life when, in the case of ant bite or bee bite, we apply toothpaste or any basic solution to the injured area because the ant bite or bee bite contains the poison in the form of acid, which so in order to neutralize this acid, we use or we apply toothpaste or the any basic solution to the injured area. Some chemical equations in terms of chemical terms related to neutralization reaction are as follows. First, acid plus base makes salt plus H2O. Another, HCl plus NaOH makes NaCl plus H2O. Thank you, sir.
Very well presented, Devang. You've covered all the points, beta. And the most important thing was that you have given relevant examples from day-to-day life. Now, very short time I will take. I will just show you a presentation over here. This will be a muted presentation, and you will come to know that what the presentation actually wants to say. With the help of a animation, I'm just showing it to you. I'm presenting my screen to you. It will be muted mode so that you can come to know what are the reactions taking place. Is the screen visible to you? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
So these are the characteristics
Yes, sir.
of acid. Let us summarize them. The acids, they taste sour, they turn blue litmus red, they turn methyl orange red. Methyl orange is again an indicator, and then they have a corrosive action on the skin. We have to take care that the acid should not fall on our skin. They are having a corrosive action, and they are good conductors of electricity, yes, because they contain ions. They contain ions. So these acids, they contain ions, that's why they are good conductors of electricity. And this very good activity you can do in the lab, that if you add some water in acid, then the water will boil. But you should remember one thing, that you should add acid to the water, but vice versa should not be followed. Yes, you should add acid to the water, because it is a highly exothermic reaction and the water can splash out. So it's a very important reaction. You should know that they generate heat when diluted. So summing up, these are some of the points by which we can come to know that the substance is a acid. This particular reaction that you have seen right now, it showed you that how hydrogen gas is prepared in the laboratory. We are using granulated zinc over here. Granulated zinc means powdered zinc was being used because the surface area of powdered zinc is more. And when it reacts with sulfuric acid, then a reaction takes place, that is zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. They are being formed quickly. So, and we will meet in the next class where we will be discussing about some of the properties of bases and salts. So it's very nice to hear from you people, young scientists. I'm really happy to see the way many students have presented themselves today. And these two presentations, they were full of confidence, and the way you were speaking was awesome and fabulous. So take care, God bless.